You're listening to the House Guy and Home Girl podcast, a podcast about real estate and real life. As realtors, home builders, and real estate investors, John and Kim keep it real. Former teachers turned real estate professionals, they have a heart for helping others. Join them each week as they discuss all things home. And now, here's your hosts, John and Kim.
Real Estate Ramble. Here we go.
Yeah.
This is from John's head. Okay.
I cannot stand it when people call me up and want to go look at a house.
Wait. Is this Real Estate Ramble or Real Estate Rant?
It can be both.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Yeah. Ramble is.
I'm thinking of what is that? Was there a movie back in the day called The Rambler?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
The Little Nash Rambler.
Okay. Yeah, which makes me think of,
Somebody. Yeah. But I cannot, what I was saying is I cannot stand it when people call me, especially Zillow people, right? The Zillow leads are the worst.
So we sign up for Zillow. It's a service that we pay for. Basically, if you get on Zillow, people that
are not qualified to buy a house will call you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get out. It's like, hey, I was looking on Zillow and I saw this house. Can we go look at? Yeah, sure. You working with the real estate
before they
agent?
get there, they have to hit call agent.
Call agent, yeah.
And that it connects you, and they know it's connecting, and there's a little,
Here we go. You ready? Here's the people I don't like on Zillow. Number one. Oh, hey, yeah. I'll be glad to help you. Are you already working with a real estate agent? Yeah, I've been working with my cousin. Okay, don't call me. Number two. Oh, I'll be glad to help you. Are you pre-qualified? Have you talked to a lender yet? No, I hadn't done that yet. Is that something I need to do? Those two people, don't click that button. Just stop.
Don't click the button because somebody pays a lot of money.
You're paying money to get that call.
And not just us.
You're not ready.
There's hundreds of people that pay lots of money.
No, that's why Zillow's so rich, yeah.
To be connected. So, don't waste their time. And that goes to say, not even real estate. There's so many different outlets that,
Nope, just real estate. Stick to the topic.
Okay, but don't be wasting people's time.
Yeah, don't be wasting people's time. What about you? What's something you can't stand?
This is not. Does it got to be real estate related?
It's called the Real Estate Ramble. This is a real estate podcast. But you tell me what you can't stand besides me.
So this week I did a Walmart grocery pickup, and I'm so type A. I like to pick out my groceries, hand pick my groceries. But anyways, I ordered 4 gallons of milk, y'all. I don't like to go to the grocery store, and so I'm a semi-hoarder when it comes to grocery buying. And y'all know these grocery prices are ridiculous. But anyways, so I bought 4 gallons of milk. And if you do a Walmart grocery pickup, Walmart, for whatever reason, does not bag milk. Is there something wrong with you? Why do you not bag milk? That's gross because that milk goes directly into your refrigerator. And so all the germs that they collect being out, they're just free flowing. Anyways, got these 4 gallons of milk, and this little guy that put it in my car, I already had a bag ready because I already, the last time it happened, and I was like, ugh. And this time, the same thing. There's my 4 gallons of milk, and I have my bag, but I had already put my bag in the other part of the car, and so I see them, and they're doing them 2 by 2, So they get 2 out, and I was like, oh, wait just a second. I got a bag for that. As soon as I get around to get my 2 gallons of milk, go back, they have set the other 2 gallons of milk on the ground, okay, on the pavement.
And that ground is commercial real estate.
Ground is commercial real estate. But anyways, that is my rant as far as, that is gross. I've got a whole note in here. I hadn't had time to
oh man,
say anything. There's so many rants about real estate. There's so many great things about real estate. I love people. I love to.
It sounds like it.
To talk to people. I mean, it's a time where I can get some adult time in and catch up with people, and you build a relationship with people, and that's what I like about real estate. But people do waste your time too. I don't like the fact that I have had clients that I've shown 40 houses to.
Mm-hmm.
You and I both, we've shared that. So that's annoying. But I know you've got to, find your house. But, the same time, if you're in the market for a house to buy, and there's a house that you want to see, okay, make sure you drive by it. If you see it on the internet.
Oh, yeah. Them people too, man. Like,
drive by the house. And usually, like, as soon as you drive by it, like, there's, like, if it's a possibility or not, just by seeing it and the location it is in. And, just by, like, pulling it up on Google Maps, that doesn't work. You can't see the neighbor's house. You can't see what's behind it.
you can't on Street View. And I tell people to do that sometimes
Well,
if they're
that's
out of
true.
town or whatever. But
Yeah.
go by it, right?
Drive by the house. If it's a possibility, then, call us up and we'll be glad to meet you over there. Usually there's a little lockbox that we pay for a service here, and we, can get you in, and we don't mind at all. But, there's so many houses too that we drive up, and the people drive up, we're waiting on them. They're like, I hate this house.
Oh, yeah, I don't want that. Oh, we don't have to go in.
I know.
Oh, that makes me so mad.
I don't even know.
We don't have to go in.
We don't even have to go in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how
that's
many
right.
people.
We don't have to. You could have driven by there, right?
I've had all kinds of things, though, like I didn't know there were that many trees in the backyard, or I didn't know they lived this close to the road, or
This is a busy road.
Yeah, or
all that kind of stuff, man.
The
It's
fence is tearing up. I've got animals. And
if a house, for one thing, red flag, if the house is cheaper than the other houses around it, or if it's one of those, you're like, oh, this is a little bit, lower, I won't see it. Okay, we'll drive by it first because there's a reason, right? Like there's an old country song, you're the reason our kids are ugly. There's a reason that house is cheap, right? And it's because the people around it aren't taking care of their property. Most likely, 90% of the time, it's going to be some kind of problem like that, or it backs up to
every now and then
you don't want to back up.
There will be property that is so dirt cheap, and we will surprisingly we get so many calls.
You know where those calls come from? Zillow,
yeah.
Oh, hey, I saw this house. I want to go see it.
But you have had other people like, hey, what about this house? And I know, I'm like, oh, that's somebody asking about that house, because it's like, well, that house, or I don't know. There's so many different some houses. What was the deal on that one house that couldn't have a loan on it? What was the deal on it?
There's all kinds of reasons the house won't be able to qualify for a loan. It may not.
I know, but that one particular house that Colbert Heights, you had several people like, it was cheaper, but that's the reason, because a loan, you couldn't get a loan.
Oh yeah, because it had one. I've had houses that people trying to sell that didn't have any vent pipes coming out for the plumbing out of the roof. I've had people try to sell houses
that didn't have the tub connected in the master
didn't
bath.
have a tub hooked up. Didn't have
just the bathtub was sitting there. Like, I don't even know what happens. Like, do they get a sunk pump to get their dirty bath water?
I did. Had houses that literally had dirt floors. Just
and you
holes
can't
in the
get
roof.
loans on those.
Bank isn't going to give you money for that.
The bank's not going to give you money,
and you know how we find,
especially not an FHA.
Here's the thing to do when you pre-qualify like you're supposed to. Don't get that information from the bank. Hey, it's got to have floors in it. It's got to have a roof on it. It's got to be
right. Yeah. So, and pre-qualification on a loan, that's not just for our part. It's for yours too, because and we've had a couple of shows about how to get pre-qualified, but it saves you too, because, they run your credit and they look at all your finances and your debt to income ratio, and they give you a price point. And then, you should use that price point and not be looking outside your price point, because once you go, outside your price point, it's like your mind, that's all you can see.
100%. You're going to find the house outside of your price range that you love.
Right. And you shouldn't do that. You don't have any business looking at it.
Right.
Like I don't have any business going and looking at like a bigger diamond ring, because it's out of my price point, even though it's beautiful and that's what I want. Or, that's just
You want a bigger diamond ring?
What every girl does.
Oh.
Anyways, but that, there's no different than that. So, there's so many perks, not just for us. Like, I know that you're legit and you really want to buy a house and you went and got pre-qualified.
I thought your diamond ring was big enough.
Oh my gosh. That's just for instance. Just a for instance. I have no business looking because I can't afford it. My price point is probably Kmart's here. Anyways, that's another story for another day.
Yeah.
Anyways, real quick, if somebody wants to get pre-qualified, call us up. We've got people that we can put you in contact with, or you may want to use your bank, loan officers. But that's the first step. Go back and listen to
can you afford it? Get you some money. And don't bother people that, just don't bother people.
Right.
There's people living in these houses that you want to go see 9 times out of 10, and you don't even know if you can afford it or not. You haven't driven by it yet. Just like
and not just for us. If you have no intentions of and I've had that happen before. Sadly, I think every real estate agent has, and if we're doing a show about the Real Estate Ramble, people will look at homes that they know they're not going to purchase. They just want to go in it and see it. But looky-loos, right. Not only did it put us out and it's wasting our time, but you're wasting the seller's time. Like, they had to get that house right. More than likely, they had to move pets around and, just undue stress for everybody. So.
Yep. Yeah. So. Get it together. What about sellers, though? Sellers, they're just as they got just as many issues, right? They do. You know what I mean? Like, we deal with stuff all the time. People that think, that don't want to take their pets when they leave, or they don't, they think they can get more for their house than it's worth. All that kind of stuff. It's like,
okay,
you're wasting time too.
So here's my rant on that is when you do the math, you pull the comps, the comparable sales, the sales that are comparable to your house. It has to be an A. Like, some people, because still to this day, people are talking about how, I know that a friend of mine's house sold for $100,000 more than it was worth. That may not be true today. Like, this is my rant, though. People that hold tight to their guns and they don't want to reduce their house. They stand on a hill to die on and don't want to list it at the right price, at the selling price. The house, the price that is market value.
There's a difference in listing your house and selling your house.
Correct. Did you say that again? There's a difference between listing your house and selling your house. You want to make sure that you hit that point. And also, too, on our side of it, we use software and some apps on our phone that we pay for through the MLS, the multiple listing site there. And, it tells us how many days the house has been on the market. And that's a really big indicator, too. You don't want your house to stay on the market. You generally want it, when you list it, you need to list it at a good selling price. There's a couple of retail stores in our area, and I'm not going to name names, but they are literally busting at the seams. Like, I like to shop there for Christmas things because, I know they'll have exactly what I want, and I'll have to pay a little more for it, but I don't buy as much there. I can't put them under the bus, but they have priced their things not to sell. They're pretty much just listing it, but all that stuff is still on the rack. And
until Christmas, when everybody comes
No. I'm very careful. I'm still okay, I'm going to take this one item and this one thing instead of dropping a bunch of money and getting everything I want. So they're just, they're basically just housing a bunch of, they're just a big storage building, with all this stuff. So you want your house to sell. So listen to your real estate agent. And those real estate agents, they know what they're talking about. They have been seasoned. They know what the market is saying, what the selling price is. Listen to them. Don't die on that hill because you will be stuck with your house. Several people, I can name a couple of people right now that they missed the market. I could have brought them. We've got people that would have loved to have been in that house, but they couldn't have been in that price point. So. Listen to your agents. Listen to the market.
Listen to your agent. Don't waste people's time. Put your milk in a bag.
Yes.
And tune in to next week's show. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you on the next one. This has been the Real Estate Ramble.
Thanks for listening to the House Guy and Home Girl podcast, your #1 source for all things home. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast and check out our YouTube page for video content from the show.